All right, guys, now it's time to jump over and take a little bit of movie news.
What?
What?
All right, you guys, a few things have dropped over the weekend, and they ain't no small bits of news. Our first bit of movie news comes to us from Deadline, and you may have heard of a little franchise called Predator, or The Predator, or Predators, or Predator 2. I just listed the 4 films in the franchise, not to mention Alien vs. Predator or Alien vs. Predator Requiem. So I guess if you wanna count all the Predator movies in total, this would be number 6. But I mean, did I do my math right? 4, 5, 6. This would be 7. Oh man, that's intimidating when I have a school teacher on the other, talking to me, and I just do basic math incorrectly.
I teach English, so no worries. Yeah.
But guys, so there is a new. It's no surprise. Ever since Disney acquired 20th Century Fox, now they've dropped the Fox. They're just calling it 20th Century Studios. Ever since Disney acquired 20th Century. Come on, the writing's on the wall. You know that Disney's going to want to put out more films in these franchises. Predator was one of the top grossing box office action movies of the 80s. It had a really good run in the 90s. The 2000s were a little mixed. Some people... I, for one, enjoyed The Predator, directed by Shane Black, the most recent one. I know a lot of people hate that movie. There's a lot of hate for that movie. I came out of the movie thinking, what did we expect? It's a Predator movie. Okay, it's a Predator movie. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be wacky. I get that they, focus too much on the story, and there was, the little kid and blah, 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 and all this stuff. Whatever. I had fun. It was a fun romp through Predator territory, but apparently 20th Century Studios is coming back. They've announced a 5th official Predator film in the franchise, and they're getting director Dan Trachtenberg, who I believe he co-wrote, but he directed 10 Cloverfield Lane. If you've not seen 10 Cloverfield Lane, holy cannoli, boy oh boy, this is a nail biter. I sat down to watch 10 Cloverfield Lane with my mother shortly after it came out on VOD. She only made it halfway. Now, granted, my mother's an anxious person, and so movies like that kind of really get to her. So she had to stop. But if you haven't seen 10 Cloverfield Lane, it's a fantastic movie. It's a perfect nail biter. It's one of those movies that you really don't know what direction it's going in, and it really could go in any direction. And then it does go in any direction. It's fantastic. It's wonderful. So to hear that, Dan Trachtenberg is going to be working on the new Predator movie, does that mean the new Predator film is going to be incredible? That it's going to be amazing? No. Nobody ever sets out to make a bad movie. But being familiar with Dan Trachtenberg's work, I can't help but get maybe just a little bit excited. I think this is really cool. Larken, you're hearing about this. Where are you? Oh.
Yeah, I don't know where my camera went.
Where did your camera go?
That's so weird. I can still see you, and it says my camera's on, but clearly it's not.
All right.
So,
well, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
This is, again, ladies and gentlemen, the joys of doing a live show, right? Joys of doing a live show. All right, so let me vamp for a few more minutes. Larken, I'm going to go ahead and hang up on you. Call me right back, and we'll pipe you straight back in.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
All right. Yeah. So like I was saying, the thing about having a director like Dan Trachtenberg working on this movie, does it mean it's going to be a great film? No, it doesn't. But like I said, knowing his work and being familiar with his work and having some kind of an idea as to what he's capable of, it lends itself to being good news. I can't help but look at it and say, you know what? I think this is good news. I think this is good for the Predator franchise. Because, again, let's go back to the previous Predator film, written and directed by Shane Black. I love Shane Black. He's got some wonderful directing and writing tricks up his sleeve. And in case you didn't know, Shane Black was in the original Predator. The original Predator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was in that platoon. I believe he was the first guy to get killed by the Predator. He may have been the second. I think he was the first. I think he was the comms guy. Doesn't matter. He's like, Shane Black was so familiar with the Predator franchise. He knew what was going on. And to have him come and do the Predator film, I thought would have been brilliant. It turned out that the movie he made, not a lot of people cared for, but hey, what are you gonna do? Let me kick it over to Larken. Are you there? How's the
Yeah. This is so embarrassing. I somehow flipped my Skype camera and yeah, not my other camera. So okay, I'm gonna just here. All right. So can you see me?
Oh, you're
now?
upside down. Oh, there you are. Yeah, you're perfect. There you go.
I can't
You're
see
wonderful.
you at all. So this is kind of fun. But hi.
Hey, welcome
Yeah.
back.
So what you were saying, I love when when companies, like big companies, take these legacy products like Predator and they bring in new people. And it just makes me so nervous that they're not going to give them like full reign,
Yeah.
So I think that would be worst case scenario. If they bring in new energy and take people who have kind of a love of changing it up and kind of subverting your expectations, that's awesome. And I just hate it if the company then gets cold feet and is like, oh, but we can't actually do that cool thing you want to do.
Yeah.
That would be my.
Yeah, I feel the same thing. I mean, like, sometimes there's too much red tape that happens around like these big franchise. I mean, Kevin Feige is one of those guys in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He has proven himself. So if he wants to allow a director free reign to try something new, try something like Taika Waititi is the perfect example there. Taika Waititi came into the MCU with a very clear vision. He wanted to do something wacky. And I think it's fair to say that Thor Ragnarok was a little wacky.
Yeah.
And he, of course, like we can all agree, Taika Waititi was on a short leash. He had a leash, but he was on a short leash to kind of play in the sandbox. And now that we've seen that works, and not only that it works, but it can work, I think it's interesting to get some of these other directors, going back to Predator, getting some of these other directors. And, okay, granted, put them on a short leash, maybe not the biggest of leashes, because sometimes full creative reign can ruin the property. Maybe like what Shane Black did. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, no, I think that's a great example. And Thor Ragnarok I just think that was a perfect, marriage of the quirky characters and taking a kind of a left turn. So yeah, high hopes for Predator, but I'm a little bit wary of all the things Disney's trying to manage right now.
Agreed. Question is for you guys. What do you think of the new Predator movie? Are you looking forward to it? Do you think it's going to be fun? Do you think it's going to be exciting? Do you think that Dan Trachtenberg is going to elevate the material? Do you think he's going to take it in a direction where A, he wants to take it, and B, that will be pleasing to the fans? Or do you think this might be another Shane Black situation? What do you think? Jump on down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like this video, click like. And if you really like this video, click subscribe. And if you really, really like this video, click share. Because that is exactly what Weird Al Yankovic would want you to do. Dun, 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 dun.